See you soon.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Henny.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well,
Sunshine.
I think we should do just a quick virtual tour of this splendid exhibition.
Okay.
When did you open, dear fellow?
We opened on last Friday, which was November the 30th. And we're open for just about 2.5 weeks. 3 weekends, 2 full weeks.
Splendid. Take us around, dear fellow.
Okay, well let's see. Let's start off here then. We've got some prints from Karen Clemson, who is using recycled board, and she has a secret method of transferring images onto the boards. But they're very interesting, quite whimsical prints and images. The soap garden, which is a perennial favourite here. Very lovely, very fine soaps and creams and lotions. And they've made a lovely display of some looks very festive. Over here, Don Monteith, who does earrings, does jewellery, he does many other things as well, but this is what he shows here. And there's more affordable, around the $20 range, and fun, bit of colour, hang, good for movement. And next here is a new show here, Maria MacDonald, who works in glass and finds that this sort of blue speckled glass works very well for her and sells. She likes doing more colourful stuff, you'll see over on the right hand side. And one thing she would like to do is make some of these little ones but life-size, which I think would be stunning, but perhaps hard to move around.
However, very original.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I like about this show, is that, of course, all of these items are produced in the last few months by each of, how many, 200 artists, Richard? What's the numbers we're reaching now?
Actually showing for WinterCraft is about 83. In the summer we have a bit more, we have about 105.
That's right, Artcraft in the summertime has been going for, oh heavens, at least 20 years now, has it not?
34.
I beg your pardon, 34 years.
Yeah, I think it's that. It's the longest running arts and crafts show in BC. Here we have another new exhibitor for us, Sarika from Bohemian Art Studio. Again, more affordable copper jewellery, a lot of her work, which is lovely, and very sort of soulful, decorated eggs, masks, and a couple of paintings she's done. And also a CD as well, so music she's produced.
Multi-talented.
Multi-talented indeed. Moving on a little bit to Alison Dutcher, who, as you can see, sews bags from sort of recycled fabric and different fabrics she's found, and I think she's got a really good eye on what works with different materials that work with each other, because it's not a standard sort of marriage, but they're lovely, and she sells very well every summer and winter. Here, Karma Soap, which is one of our best sellers. Different soaps, Soap on a Rope, old classic, and Plaque soaps over on the right hand side.
And all made on Saltspring Island, I understand.
Absolutely. And they have a little workshop which they make, and it's a mother and daughter operation. It's great, and they're very efficient and lovely. Lovely. It's great. It smells wonderful here, which you probably can't pick up. But up above this on the wall, we have Carol Leslie with her Christmas Buddha, which is slight change and a bit of unusual, but very nice. The Davies, Laurie Davis, who makes scarves and table runners, and her husband Dave, who's making chopping boards, wooden work boards. Lovely. I mean, I particularly like the sort of teak one, which
a very creative couple.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Doing their own pursuits. I love it.
Yep, and busy. And
can I take these away and I'll bring them back if they don't sell? But the lady wants 6 of these. I'll bring them back.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure. This is Mark.
Please introduce us.
Mark Meredith, and this is his work, and looks like he's made a sale, so he's going to take them away and maybe bring them back.
Mark, how long have you been on Galiano Island?
Saltspring Island.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
How about 34 years?
Saltspring Island.
34 years.
34 years. I give my bias away, this is true.
And
All of the Gulf Islands are actually represented here, are they not, Richard?
that's right.
That's
People
right.
of Penda, Mahon, and Galiano. I'm not sure if we have anyone this winter from Saturna, but I'll dig in my mind and have a look. Up above Mark's pottery are his wife Jackie's watercolours
Another creative
some
couple.
oils as well. Again, very creative. And Jackie has been painting local scenes for a very long time and really has it and has quite a strong following.
Yes, and a greater selection here in the flip-through
Yes. Yes.
rack. And these are a mixture of prints and originals, perhaps?
Yes, that is, and you're absolutely right, Henny. They are.
It's good to know that the exhibition has both. So if you have a particular penchant for originals, come here and find them.
Yes. Moving on into the corner, we have Saltspring Bees waxworks, candles, and some little decorations as well, which are very sweet and lovely.
Oh, directly for the tree.
Absolutely, yeah. To go straight on, and as ever with beeswax candles, they do actually smell good.
Have a marvellous aromatic.
Yes.
And what are your business hours for the public so people know when to come, Richard?
Yeah, we are open 7 days a week, 10 till 5, and I think, as I said, from November the 30th to December the 16th this year. Each year it depends on the calendar, and it's a little bit different, but it tends to be 2 full weeks and 3 weekends. Johanna Hoskins, with a selection of teas and spices.
Aren't they beautifully
different
labelled?
finishes.
Look at that.
Yeah, and again, yes, as you say, very sort of seasonally labelled and
Lovely presentation.
lovely. And she also has a range of stockings and oven mitts as well. So
Which are there beneath the exhibition of her work.
multitask again, and Johanna is a very fine artist.
What a fun task you must have to assemble all of these
It is fun.
creative pursuits.
You're absolutely right. Here we have some very sweet dresses.
Oh yes, those are positively English. I have to,
But they
another
look
bias.
like it, yes.
This is smocking, dear fellow.
It is smocking, and which is a dying art, I believe. It's not.
Well,
so
it's a
common
very
anymore.
skilled pursuit. I mean, you've got to know what you're doing when you make these. And they actually become heirlooms. I have 3
Yeah.
for my children. My
Well,
daughter.
we find these are made by Audrey Denton here on Salt Spring, and we find that a lot of grandmothers are buying it for their buying them for their grandchildren.
Traditional.
Yeah, and she also has a range of little aprons for children as well. So
Oh, there you go.
doing their Christmas baking, they can
Yeah, yeah.
get involved with their Santa apron. How about if we move this?
I'm going to follow you, dear fellow. This is great. It's a marvellous tour you're giving us.
Over here, Salt Spring Wool Arts.
Again, new?
No, a few years now, and they're made by Aki and his wife, and here in Salt Spring, and wonderful, and very popular, and I just love, very Salt Spring as well, in the sheep and little owls, and snowy owls. This is a new one, and they're particularly lovely.
Aren't they fun?
But
Aren't they fun?
They kind of fly out the windows.
Do they? Super, super. Good to hear.
And burn. And I like this glaze, and I like, I personally like dragonflies, so I find this range very lovely.
Very signature.
And fun as well, with the sheep down at the bottom. It's interesting, because in the summer she had completely different colours and styles.
But it's always good to bring the changes, is it not?
Absolutely.
Keep things fresh and upbeat. And
Okay, so we've got to do a little bit of weaving.
okay, well, I've got weaving right here.
We do have weaving, and I was thinking it might be better to look at that from the other side.
We'll do that too.
This is Rachel Ojas,
Yes?
who does weave scarves, shawls, and she produces a range of hats as well. Again, very lovely and very seasonal. And
Okay.
great colours, I think.
Now we're on to silks as I come through here.
We are silks. This is Ulrika Bella, who also has more stuff over here. But,
I am going to follow you around.
hand-dyed silk. Very nice. I mean, this largely described art as art you can wear.
Exactly. Let's go and have a look at her.
And very, very creative and very colourful.
Here she is in the corner.
Yes, and there's a number of things. Myself, I found, oh, how on earth am I meant? Would somebody wear this? But then you see it sort of draped on, and it is a creation, and it's.
Do you know what might be fun at some point is to have a fashion show of some of the items that are in the exhibition, but hold the fashion show right here.
We are